Providing urban amenities to rural masses can promote holistic and accelerated development of rural India. So here the question is asking how better infrastructure, okay, better infrastructure or amenities, mainly amenities, okay, whether it is your roads, electricity, schools, uh, etc., okay, will benefit rural development. How will it lead to rural development? This is what you are expected to write. Okay, this is what you are expected to write. So how will providing better infrastructure? So you can start off by saying the need or importance of rural development, to give a big little bit context, because it's an analytical or you have to analyze it. So give a context in this case. So you can always say that what is the need for rural development and all that. So some data like more than 65% of Indians live in the rural area. Okay, the literacy rate in rural area is very less compared to that of urban areas. Like for example, you can give, okay, around 77% of male are educated in rural area, whereas it is 89 in urban areas. 58% of female are educated, whereas it is 80% in urban areas. Electric connection, only 55% of the villages have, or houses have electric connection. Only, like that you can, generally write. So in order to improve all these things, we need to provide better amenities which are available to rural areas. So by doing so, we will be able to increase the investments in rural area. This will generate more employment. It will reduce migration. It will help in creating capital assets. Okay, it will create social asset. What is social asset? Increased education, better health. They are all social assets. So social assets can be created. All this can be created through this. So these are being implemented. Side, you write little bit facts on that. So we had a scheme called as Pura, okay, PURA. What is Pura? You can write, and then little bit on this one, the new scheme, which is that Shyam Prasad Mukherjee Urban Mission. What it is, what it aims to do, what it aims to do. This way you can conclude. Is that okay? So why it is necessary, how it will achieve this, and to conclude, you can just say that the government, in order to achieve this, is implementing Shyam Prasad Mukherjee Urban Mission with the goal of bridging rural-urban divide by providing economic, technology, facilities and service to achieve sustainable development of the rural villages. Okay, something like this you can write. Okay, so this is what is required over here. So the question, most of you, a few of them have written about Pura. They have talked about the features of this old scheme called as Pura. That's not required actually. Okay, that's not what is the demand of this question. Provision of urban amenities in rural area. There is a scheme called as PURA. So some of you have written the features of this. That's not what they're asking. That is the underlying essence of the same thing, the essence of the answer. But you don't have to write the features of it. So you have to write how, by improving in amenities like healthcare, roads, electricity, drinking water, will help in development. Development may what all you have, economic and social development. It will bring in more investment. It will bring about improvement of agricultural. It will increase skill development, etc. Social. It will alleviate poverty. It will reduce health issues. Okay, improve the health facilities, increase the education, reduce migration. These are all important aspects of social, this one, rural development. Now, this probably you will be able to write it, but then how to reduce the time? How do you manage this kind of answers, since it's all very vast? So in these things, you can always, how to make it better. Okay, so some tricks or some tips, what I would say. So in these kind of answer, you have to write data, right? You can either integrate it with your answer, but let me tell you, you try to write these data in separately in a box. So if you, this is your answer paper, okay, so you will write data, okay, say you will write population, okay, health, education, like this you will put, and put a box. Okay, then here when you are writing, rural community faces lot of hardships. As shown in the data given in the box, the rural community face these problems. Now, by providing what amenities, the various indices can be improved. Like this, you will write. Okay, then you can also write its impact. Its impact can be is as shown in the flow chart. So when you're writing the flow chart, you will write economic impact. You will write like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you will write social impact. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. Okay, and then finally you can conclude saying that in order to achieve the above, the government has come up with this particular scheme. This is how your answer can be improved. Instead of writing it monotonously, if you write it like this, 1 or 2 mark extra you will get in your answer. I hope all of you understood. If you got this, please say a message yes. If you have understood this, please message yes. These are small change that you can do to improvise your answer with the same content. Guys, are you with me? Or did everybody leave? Are you guys there? Okay. I hope you understood. Will you do this from your next test? Do it. Try to innovate. Make your answer stand out. Okay. From the herd. You have to do these things. Okay. Unless you do these things, you won't get. I'm just telling, see, the whole idea is when you write it, you yourself can achieve this, 5 out of 12 by reading content and writing tests regularly, getting it evaluated. You can do this. But that extra 1 or 2 mark, this is what I am trying to help you out. Okay, all our discussions or whatever we are trying to do is this 1 or 2 mark, which is a game changer. Otherwise, anybody can help you out with this much, 5 to 12. This 1 to 2 mark, whatever we are trying to do, this is through experience. What I'm trying to get you out of this, you will get this 5 marks. Instead, now you're going to get 7 marks. So 2 marks into 21. Each paper, you can get around 42 marks extra. Okay, now you are in the 60. So if you try to do this consciously, each question is an opportunity. Don't think about it like it's a hurdle. Oh, this question has come, I have not studied. No, don't think like that. Think like each question, yes, it's an opportunity for me to get that extra mark. So 42 into 4, how much? 168 marks extra you will get from these things. This is what we are trying to do. Our experience, we are trying to share it with you people. Okay, so this is what we are going to get. Otherwise, writing answers, etc., will definitely get you that 5 marks. But this 160 to 180 marks is what we are trying to give you, that extra marks. Is that okay? So this is what you have to do. Put your data in a box. When you draw a diagram, put that diagram in a box. Okay, small things. When people are so frustrated in their lives these days, whether it is with corona, whether it is with economic situation, dissatisfaction with where they are in their lives, etc., some small positives that they see makes a lot of difference. Same thing with an invigilator also. He's not very happy, or he or she may not be very happy to correct your papers. He may not like it. He also would want to become an officer. He also might have given KPSC, UPSC, did not clear, ended up becoming this one. Okay, so all that frustration might be there. So, but when you give that, beautiful answer, so then they're like, okay, this person deserves that extra mark. Let me give them that 1 or 2 marks extra. So that is what you are trying to achieve. Write these data in a box. Okay, definition neatly you write, headings you write in this one. It might feel very rhetoric or very generic in what I'm trying to say, but you will appreciate when you get that extra mark by writing this. You have to play with the psychology of the examiner. Okay, with knowing little, you write beautiful answers. Okay, something like Drone Pratap before he got caught, right? So the way he talked, everybody thought he's an expert, right? So something like that. Okay, you have given that opportunity, 3 hours. You just showcase big things. Whether it is there or not, that's a secondary thing. That's what today you require. Somebody who shouts out loud, they become leaders or something like that. Like Arnab Goswami or that public TV and all that. Okay, so anyways, next one. Write a note on Gandhian approach to rural development. Okay, so this is a very broad concept. Okay, know about Gandhiji, a lot of things, many questions will be asked, or you can write it in your many questions, etc. So here we are talking about Gandhiji's approach in rural development. Okay, so quite a lot of things are there material wise, so you can just read the content you will get. But here you can write what is the features of Gandhiji towards rural development. Before that, you can say why Gandhiji gave lot of importance to rural economy, because he compared India with rural economy. I mean, rural this one. So he said that if you want to find real India, it is in the rural, in the villages, right? So therefore, if you want to develop India, you have to develop the rural India. That is what his objective was. That can be your introduction. Why he gave so much importance to rural development, because he felt that since India is rural, is villages. So improving the villages, improving the rural economy, that is going to benefit, right? Then you will write the features. So in features, there are, I think, around 6-7 keywords. Whatever you write, that keywords you should be able to, write it in block. Is that okay? So things like dignity of labor, moral values, Ramarajya or trusteeship, decentralization, self-sufficiency, cooperative movement, village sanitation, removal of untouchability. These are all the keywords that you need to mention. So in the features when you are writing, so Gandhiji talked about removing exploitation. He talked about simple living and all that story you will write. But there are few keywords which we should be, which the examiner will look. So in this 10 marker, write some 10 points. Okay. So dignity of labor. Okay, you will write dignity of labor, like that you will write. So everyone must earn his bread by physical labor. Then use indigenous, self-sustain, like that, self sustaining, you'll write like that. Then grassroots democracy, things like that. So that is the feature of it. Then you can write, see, don't just finish off with that, because here they're asking you note. The question was write the features, then you will stick to features. Okay, but isme they're asking you what? Write a note on Gandhiji's approach to rural development. So the more dimension you get right, no, more impressed the examiner is going to be. So you will write the definition, then you will write the feature. Okay, then you will write, say I have thought about is relevance. Okay, relevance, you will write why is it still relevant, because majority of the people still live in the rural areas, so rural development is very much relevant. India is a diverse country, communal violence, that this is there, so this has to be there. Trusteeship brings about more sustainability when there is a lot of pollution and other things, etc. Health diseases, so therefore sanitation should be given more importance. Things like that. Okay, so that is the relevance you will write. Okay, then how is it being implemented? How is it being implemented can be your conclusion. Like India is implementing various schemes like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or 73rd and 74th amendments. These were all implemented to ensure, I mean, only 73rd, not 74th, only were implemented in order to ensure that Gandhiji's ideals of rural development are implemented. Okay, various rural schemes are based on Gandhian rural development. Okay. Yashaswini has said, should we mention articles from DPSC? Yes, definitely. Okay, you can definitely mention those articles. So even our constitutional framers have implemented these Gandhian principle of rural development. Like for example, cottage industry. So today our MSME sector or rural development are all based on cottage industry. So definitely, if you know that article, okay, about cottage industry, article 43, which promotes sun, so is being implemented like that. But obviously you will not have so much time to write all the articles, so be creative and write one or two within the answer. Okay, so this is about Gandhian approach to rural development. Okay, Next, data interpretation, right? So data interpretation, see, it's quite a vast syllabus if you see. So what do you focus on? I would say for now at least you should know percentage, average, okay, and other things, like, I mean, at least these: percentage, average, what else. Sometimes they had asked about permutation and combination and all that. Anyways, this is all something which is difficult for everybody, like what to focus on. But anyways, average and percentage, based on that you should be able to answer. Okay, but here the key is not like CSAT where you will just say A, B and leave it off. No, here you have to write it in sentence. Okay, you have to write, like in school we used to write, no, so the like the formula and then equals to, and then you will underline those things, like that you should write, and conclusion and all that should be there. Okay, and it's a very, if you know this topic or know the formula and all, it's a very easy this one, you'll get out in these kind of question. Okay, so here the question is on this one, what percentage. Okay, so anyways, it is there. I'll just during the entire period 2002 to 2006 approximately, what, so that means the complete, they're talking about the whole lesson, approximately what percentage of sugar consumed by the country XYZ was imported. Okay, so here what is the formula of what percentage is consumed? Okay, so you will write percentage of sugar consumed was imported, you will write. So formula you will write like this: formula equals, okay, so imported sugar divided by your total sugar consumed, okay, into 100. This will be the formula, and you will box this formula. Okay, like this you will write, and then you will write imported, total imported sugar equals, you will write 2002 में इतना, 2003 this much, then total equals, how much is it? Total imported sugar is 1058. Okay, and how much is the total consumed? Total consumed will be what? Produced plus consumed. So we'll take it up like that, to produced and consumed. So that is around, same thing you'll write like this. So total equals 3012 million. Make sure you write those this one also, million kg, right? Therefore, percentage of consumed import equals 1058 divided by 3012 into 100 equals 35%. So you will conclude the same sentence is there. So therefore 35% of the, like that. So same thing, it's all about writing it. Okay, don't worry, it's not only about answer, how you present it. Like in school we used to do that, same way you have to do. So therefore 35% of the total sugar consumed in the country XYZ is imported. Like that you will write. Okay, it's a very, it will be easy only. Only thing is you have to write. When you write like this, complete all full 5 marks you will get. So that is why I'm saying it is scoring. If you know it, it is scoring. If you don't know, just leave it off. Okay, the second question is which given here population XY is the highest. So population, okay, see, some, I think one or two of them done mistake over here. See, what is per capita consumption? What is per capita consumption? Per capita consumption is total consumption by population, correct? So what is population? Population is total consumption divided by per capita. Per capita consumption. So what is the total consumption? Each year you have to calculate each year. So in 2002, how much it is? So this is the formula. So you will put it in the box. Formula of population is equal to total consumption divided by per capita consumption. So then individually you will calculate 2000. What is the population? So the answer is in 2002 has the highest population, 2000. Therefore, as per the calculation done above, 2002 is the highest population. Like that you will write and conclude. Okay, and then the third one, Third question is very simple. Shortfall in the production. So when there is a shortfall, it will lead to increase in import. Therefore, like that, you'll write it in statement that shortfall in production will lead to increase in import. Since the largest import was done during the year 2003-4, okay, the largest percentage of increase in shortfall occurred between 2003 and 4. Okay, so that is your answer. So this will give you 2 marks, this will give you 5 marks, that will give you 5 marks. That's how you are supposed to write. Can we